Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to impartially map out some truly fascinating extraterrestrial lore and cosmic world building, all presented in Ryuho Okawa's book, Messengers from Outer Space. Now, instead of just sharing stories of vague lights in the sky, you know the ones, this text offers a meticulously detailed galactic history. It literally connects specific star systems to precise, verifiable moments in human history. Whether you're approaching this as a study in modern spiritual texts, a work of elaborate science fiction, or, well, something else entirely, the sheer scale of the narrative is just absolutely captivating. Our goal today is to unpack these concepts clearly and see exactly what the source material is trying to tell us about humanity's place in what seems to be a very crowded universe.
Okay, let's dive right into this wildly imaginative universe. Just listen to this. Cats are space animals? Alpha Centaurians who can time travel? A Jupiterian with giant fangs? These are shocking claims pulled straight from the source text, and they instantly set the tone for what we're about to explore. I mean, we're definitely not talking about your run-of-the-mill UFO sightings here. The text presents this incredibly complex reality where the animals lounging on our couches right now and the historical figures written about in our textbooks actually have origins tracing back to distant star systems. It basically establishes a universe where Earth isn't just some isolated rock, but a major focal point for all sorts of intricate cosmic activity.
And you can see that the book really doesn't hide its bold premises. Instead, it uses them as the main hook. By highlighting these extraordinary metaphysical claims right up front, it proudly advertises a universe that's just teeming with specific, highly detailed extraterrestrial visitors. It's framing these encounters not as hazy, unsolved mysteries, but as definitive, shocking messages meant to completely overturn our conventional understanding of human history. It wants the reader to know, right from page 1, that they are stepping into a massive, interconnected galactic narrative.
According to the text, Earth has been visited by a highly diverse cast of extraterrestrials, and what really stands out here is how shockingly specific these claims get. We aren't just talking about generic gray aliens. The book claims there's a brave Jupiterian with giant fangs who actually incarnated as a patriot during Japan's Meiji Restoration. You know, that pivotal, real-world period of rapid modernization in the 19th century. Then, there's a Cancerian alien genius who the book identifies as the past life of Dr. Andrei Sakharov, the actual real-world physicist known globally as the father of the hydrogen bomb. It even describes feline aliens capable of speaking exactly 300 words and experiencing complex human emotions. But honestly, it's the final point on this list, a female Vega alien who flew in a UFO to save Earth from destruction. That's going to be the core focus of our deep dive today.
Let's move on to Chapter 4, Wanderer from the Vega Star.
This perfectly illustrates the grand arc of a very specific extraterrestrial soul. The book describes her as a female alien originating from the Vega star system. But her journey doesn't start with epic battles or grand cosmic conquests. It actually starts with wandering. For a really, really long time, she simply drifted through the vastness of deep space. Eventually, though, she found her place aboard a massive mothership. But, and here's the kicker, she wasn't a military commander. She was actually in charge of cooking, and she conducted peaceful botanical research to improve plant varieties, all while this mothership was steadily making its way toward Earth. It's just a beautifully serene picture of life among the stars, isn't it?
So, the crucial point in this narrative is the striking contrast in her character. On one hand, we have side A, a completely peaceful existence dedicated to nourishment and cultivation. She's literally spending her days cooking meals and breeding plants on a spaceship, totally embracing a life of quiet scientific observation. But then, we look at side B. When a massive crisis erupted, she completely transformed. The book outlines how she abandoned her peaceful botany and suddenly volunteered to become a brave defender. She joined a specialized rescue squad to fight in a sudden cosmic war against a hostile force known as invading reptilian aliens. It's a completely fascinating duality, right? Shifting from a creator to a combatant in an instant.
This dramatic transition is so vital to understanding the narrative structure of this entire account. The story deliberately lulls us into a sense of domestic tranquility, floating quietly through space, tending to exotic plants, prepping meals for the crew. And then, bam! The narrative introduces a sudden, massive escalation. The peace is totally shattered. She is thrust from a quiet life of observation into the dead center of an epic intergalactic conflict happening right here on our planet. You have to wonder, what kind of catastrophe could possibly force a peaceful space botanist to take up arms?
Let's get into the Mu Crisis and the Rescue Squad.
Well, the book details a truly epic sequence of events to answer that exact question. Step 1. Earth's legendary Mu continent comes under a terrifying invasion. In esoteric lore, Mu is often described as this highly advanced, ancient lost civilization located in the Pacific Ocean. The text claims this vibrant continent was suddenly attacked by hostile forces identified as reptilian aliens. Step 2. Things become so incredibly dire that a desperate, cosmic call for help echoes across the entire universe. The specific goal here is to save the civilization's vital spiritual leader, a figure known as Lamu. And finally, Step 3. Our peaceful botanist from Vega hears this desperate plea. She bravely volunteers for the resulting rescue squad, climbs into her UFO, and descends directly to Earth to intervene and prevent the total destruction of Mu. It's a classic, high-stakes hero's journey, just set on a massive galactic scale.
And you know, the subtitle of the book itself really ties this all together beautifully. It translates directly to purpose and mission of visiting Earth. This phrasing underscores a really central, vital theme of the entire text. These cosmic messengers, whether they are giant-fanged Jupiterians sparking political revolutions or heroic plant-breeding Vega aliens defending lost continents, they didn't just wander here aimlessly by accident. The source material insists they had profound, deliberate spiritual missions to intervene in humanity's history at critical junctures. They are consistently presented as ancient guardians and guides, deeply invested in our survival and our spiritual evolution.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought. When we look at this vast, intricate world building and the specific tale of the Vega Wanderer coming down to save the lost continent of Mu, we kind of have to ask ourselves, what does this reflect about human imagination? Whether a reader interprets this as a literal, hidden history of the world or as a grand spiritual metaphor, it strongly highlights our enduring, timeless fascination with the stars. But more importantly, it speaks volumes about our deep-seated human desire to believe that we're not entirely alone. It suggests this really comforting hope that the universe is watching over us, and that when things get their absolute darkest, a cosmic rescue squad might just be on the way. Thanks so much for joining me to explore this truly unique source material.